All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, I guess this would cover longevity in a way. I think it does. How about longevity at the absolute highest level? Not an all-star, not putting up 20 or 25 points a game, in a highly offensive era. But how about how often did the greats win the MVP? So there's only been, I think it's 16 players that have won the MVP multiple times. That's it. It's only like 16. That's the list. So I'll get right into it. The MVP didn't start till 1956. That's when the first MVP was handed out in the NBA. So Bob Pettit, he played from 1955 to 1965, 11 seasons. He won MVPs in 1956 and 1959. Okay. But how often did he win it? Well, he won 2 in his first 5 seasons. And then from 1960 to 1965, his last 6 seasons, he didn't win it. Bill Russell, 1957 to 1969. He won 5 MVPs. 1958, 61, 62, 63, and 65. So he was winning them very consistently. He did not win one his last 4 seasons. Okay, that's fine. Wilt Chamberlain won 4 MVPs. He won them in 1960, 66, 67, 68. But he did have a gap from 61 to 65. He did not win the MVP. And then, of course, from 69 to 73, another 5-year gap, he did not win the MVP. Kareem, I hear all about, the 6 MVPs. Nobody ever puts the proper context on Kareem. Kareem played in an era when there was an ABA. He once won an MVP when his team was 42-40. So that one was kind of shady. And then the year the 72 Lakers were 69-13. One of the best seasons of all time. Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain finished 2nd and 3rd, kind of canceling each other out, which I thought was ridiculous. But that's what the voters did. They gave it to Kareem, even though the Lakers had such a great season. They should have given it to Jerry West. But whatever, it is what it is. Kareem won 6 MVPs. 71, 72, 74, 76, 77, and 1980. So his first 11 seasons, he won 6 MVPs in 11 seasons. I mean, that's great. But his last 9 years, no MVPs at all. I'm sure playing with Magic probably had something to do with that. Whatever. Moses Malone won 3 MVPs in 1979, 82, and 83. Now, he played in the ABA in 75 and in, I believe, 77. Then played in the NBA from 78 through 94. Larry Bird won 3 MVPs. He played from 1980 through 1992. He won his MVPs 84 through 86. Magic Johnson won 3 MVPs. He played from 1980 to 91. Also 96, but it was only half a year. Don't really count that. 1987, 89, and 90. Michael Jordan, 5 MVPs. He won them in 89, 91, 92, 96, and 98. He played from 85 through 03 with a few years in there he didn't play. Karl Malone won 2 in 97 and 99. Tim Duncan won 2 in 2002 and 2003. Steve Nash in 05 and 06. LeBron James in 2009, 10, 12, and 13. Steph Curry won 2 in 2015, 2016. Giannis won 2 in 2019 and 2020. Nikola Jokic has won 3, 2021, 22, and 24. Now, Dr. J won 3 ABA MVPs in 1974, 75, and 76 in the ABA. He did win an NBA MVP in 1981. All right. Mel Daniels won 2 ABA MVPs in 1969 and 1971. Okay. So now we've got the list of all the multiple MVP winners, when they played, what years they won it, and all that. Now, here's where I'm going with this. There's only one player on this list that won an MVP once every 3 full seasons he played. That's it. One guy. And to me, that's the ultimate longevity. Playing at the absolute highest level. So, Bob Pettit, we'll start with him. He won his MVPs in 56 and 59. But he did not win one the last 6 years of his career. So, he would only be covered, if we're going once every 3 years, from 1955 to 1961. So, it's definitely not Bob Pettit. Bill Russell won 5 MVPs, which again, that's great. I mean, that's the second most ever. Only 2 other people have won that many. However, Bill won all his from 58 to 65. In that 8-year period, he won 5 of them. But he did play 4 seasons in 66, 7, 8, and 9 where he did not win an MVP. So he's not the guy. Wilt Chamberlain, he won 4. Now, he won in his rookie year in 1960. Then he went 5 years from 61 through 65, did not win the MVP. So obviously right there, he's not the guy. And then he won 3 in a row from 66 to 68. And then from 69 to 73, his last 5 years. Now, one of those years he was injured, though. You know, he wouldn't have qualified for MVP. I think it was 1971, I think it was, or maybe 70. But he was hurt almost the whole year. He played like 12 games. He did come back for the playoffs, but there's no way you're eligible to win an MVP award when you play that few games. But even still, Wilt did not win an MVP every 3 full seasons. Just didn't happen. He won 3 in a row and he did all that kind of stuff. That's great, but he didn't do it. Now, Kareem won 6 MVPs from 1970 was his rookie year through 1980. That's 11 seasons. He won 6 MVPs. So that would cover him one every 3 years all the way to 1982, but then he never won another one. So it's not him either. Moses Malone, he won his MVPs in 79, 82, and 83. Now he would have been covered. He didn't play. He didn't play even half a year in 76, so he wasn't eligible. So 1975 would have discounted him from winning one every 3 years. But also the end of his career, he played all the way till 94. So he went from 84 to 92, and then 93 he didn't play enough games. But he went 9 full seasons, and then in 94 without it. So it's not Moses Malone. Larry Bird he won 3 all right in a row, 84 through 86. So his first 4 seasons, he did not win an MVP. And then in 87, 88, 89, he only played 6 games, so that doesn't count. And then 90 through 92, obviously he didn't win an MVP either, so it isn't Larry Bird. Magic won 87, 89, and 90. That would have covered him from like 1985 to the end of his career. But he didn't win an MVP for the first 7 years of his career. Michael Jordan, here we go. Michael Jordan, rookie year was 85. Now his second season, he only played 18 games. So obviously he was not eligible to win the MVP playing that few games. So his second full season would have been 1987. He won the scoring champion, had the great season, all that stuff, but he did not win the MVP. Now 88, which was his third full season, he won the MVP. He won it in 88, okay? Then he did not win it in 89. He did not win it in 90, but he did win it in 91. So that covers him once every 3 years. So you go 85, 87, 88, MVP. 89, 90, 91, MVP. 92 MVP. Okay, he didn't win it in 93. 95, he played 17 games. He wasn't eligible. I think he still finished like 11th for MVP, even though he only played 17 games, but he wasn't eligible to win the MVP. But he did win the MVP in 96, and then he won it in 98. He played 2 years on the Wizards in 02 and 03, but 98 covers that once every 3 years. You got 98, then 02, 03. So his MVP in 98 covers that once every 3 years. So Michael Jordan won an MVP once every 3 years. No one else in NBA history has done that. It's up to you to decide how powerful that is. To me, that speaks to the greatness over a length of time. Even though he missed parts of 2 seasons and he missed 3 full seasons in there in between, and to still accomplish 1 MVP every 3 full seasons is remarkable. No one's ever done it. To me, that's very powerful, because that's not getting an all-star, getting a third-team all-NBA, or averaging some points or something. That's being at the highest possible level for a, extended period of time. No one has done that. To me, this longevity right here, MVP longevity, is more impressive than all-star longevity. But again, it's up to you. If you think 20 all-stars is more impressive than 1 MVP every 3 full seasons, okay, no problem. To me, it's not even close. Karl Malone, he won 2 in 97, 99, but obviously he won his first 11 seasons and didn't win MVP, so that ends that story right there. Tim Duncan, similar thing in 02 and 03. So in 98, 99, 2000, and 2001, his first 4 seasons, he didn't win the MVP, so he's already not going to do that. And then from 04 to 16, which covers 13 seasons, he didn't win an MVP. Similar with Steve Nash. Steve Nash from 97 to 2013, he won his in 05 and 06. So he went from 97 to 04, that covers 8 seasons. And then he goes from 07 to 13, that covers 7 seasons where he did not win an MVP. So that's just too long. LeBron James, okay. LeBron James won 4 MVPs, but his first 04, 5, 6, 7, and 8, his first 5 years, he did not win an MVP. I know he was young. He was only 18, almost 19 when he started in the NBA. Okay, fine. He has not won an MVP since 2013. So he has played now from 2014 through 2024. That's 11 seasons. If he doesn't win it this year, which looks like he's not going to, that's 12 seasons. He did not win an MVP. You got a guy over here going 1 every 3 full seasons winning an MVP. We've never seen anything like that before. And this guy hasn't won one in 11 years. I mean, it's kind of ordinary, to be honest with you. Steph Curry, he won 2. Now, he had injury issues. So his rookie year, 2010 and 2011, he would have been eligible, whatever. 2012, he only played like 28 games. Not eligible. Okay, we give him a pass. 2013, he did not win the MVP in 13 or 14. So his first 4 seasons, full seasons, he did not win an MVP. He won it in 15 and 16. That's great. But he didn't win it in 17, 18, and 19. He was injured in 2020, only played a handful of games. But then he's went the last 4 years also without an MVP. So he hasn't won an MVP in, basically the last 7 full seasons that he's played. That's a fact. Giannis Antetokounmpo, from 2014 to 2024, he's played 11 years. He won his MVPs in 19 and 20. So obviously he, like LeBron, when his first 5 years did not win an MVP. And he was young. Maybe you can even give him a pass for those first couple years. But the last 4 years, 21 through 24, he does not won an MVP. So he hasn't done it. Even Nikola Jokic, everybody is talking all about Jokic. Now, I like Nikola Jokic. He's humble. He's got a good game. He's really adapted it to this era of the NBA and all that. But I think people are just, I just caution people to slow down about Jokic. He's never beaten a 50-win team. He won a championship without beating a team better than a 4 seed, which was kind of crazy, to tell you the truth. I don't even know how many times that's been done, if ever. He has lost twice with home court advantage. He didn't make the playoffs his first 3 seasons in the NBA. That matters. He was not 18 when he came in the NBA. He was 20, 21 years old as a rookie. He did not make the playoffs his first 3 years. I'm a firm believer in you got to make the playoffs regardless of your roster to be, considered a legitimate all-time great kind of player. He just kind of got better. He improved. And he's having a great season. I get that. But I also caution people to slow down trying to compare whatever numbers he's doing in this era to what people did in previous eras. Like say 10 years ago and before, it was a different time and a different brand of basketball. So again, I'm not knocking him. I like him. He's doing great in this era. But I just caution people, calm it down. So he's won 3 MVPs in 21, 22, and 24. So obviously the last 4 years, he's got that locked up. Even 2020 and 2019, because you could say 19, 20, 21. He won 1 out of those 3 full seasons. But 2016, 17, 18, he did not win an MVP, or 19, or 20. So his first 5 years in the NBA, he did not win an MVP. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking the guy. I'm just saying there's only one guy winning it once every 3 full seasons he played. One guy. Dr. J, even bringing in his ABA MVPs. He started in 72, played all the way to 87. He did not have any short seasons. He just played 16 years. He won his MVPs in 74, 75, 76, and 81. Well, that would cover him from his rookie year through 78. And his MVP won in 81. That would cover him in 1979, 80, 81, 82, and 83. So he's actually covered a long way if we include his ABA MVPs. But his last 6 seasons, he did not win an MVP. So there you go. And, again, I'm not knocking these guys. I'm just saying there's just one player that was able to do that. Mel Daniels played in the ABA from 1968 to 1975. That was 8 seasons. He did win 2 MVPs, 69 and 71. So, again, he would have been covered from 68 all the way to 73. But he did not win an MVP his last 4 seasons. So, again, even Mel Daniels in the ABA didn't make that cut. So, again, one guy, and this is something nobody ever talks about. People talk about longevity. Obviously, the reason why longevity has come up recently is because there's an agenda being pushed for LeBron James. It's ultra important all of a sudden to rack up as many points and rebounds and assists and say, wow, he's the all-time leader and all this stuff. But it does not mean that he was the very best for the longest amount of time. That's Michael Jordan. Like I said, he played 13 full seasons, okay? Spread out across 19, years from 1985 through 2003. And he was able to win an MVP once every 3 full seasons. That's insane. Only one guy that can do that. So to me, that type of longevity is more impressive than anything that, LeBron James or, even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. Kareem, he basically won all his MVPs in the first half of his career, won all his championships in the second half of his career. He was very lucky to play with all-time great players like Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson and a plethora of other guys. So, hey, kudos to him. That's really good. But we need context on this stuff. People just like Shannon Sharp talking about, oh, well, the greatest has to be somebody who won at least 4 MVPs and 4 champions. Who said that? You know what I mean? Why? Because it fits your boys' criteria. No, you take the totality of someone's career, and that's what you look at. But for me, what I'm finding out is look up anything and see if Michael Jordan is not at the top or near the top. Anything. I don't care if you're counting all defenses, even longevity stats. He's still in the top 5 or 6 in scoring, only played 13 full seasons. I mean, I think he's still second in steals per game, or maybe it's steals overall. He's way up on the list as far as that goes. He's racked up the most finals MVPs. He's got longevity stats too, great ones. But this, again, is a longevity stat in my mind. Winning an MVP once every 3 full seasons that you played in the NBA. Remarkable. It's just remarkable. That's all I can say. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and that's it for now. Oh, Uncut Hoops, thank you very much for your shout-out earlier today. I really appreciate that. Did a really great breakdown of the 1989 Bulls playoff run. That was really nice. I can see you put a lot of work into that, and I tip my cap to you for putting in that work. I don't think people realize how much work it takes to make those kind of videos. I do. I get it. I don't do video editing or graphics. Probably eventually I will, but I'm not doing it right now. And I realize what it takes. So anyway, I tip my hat to you. You make very good content. Like I told you, you're one of the handful of guys that I watch pretty regularly and everything. And, you know your stuff. You do deep dive researches like I do. And, we're cut from the same cloth. And anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time.